WWE wrestlers caught in 4K.
How did they get you in 4K?
Pretty much explains itself. We're gonna check this out by Wrestlelamia. Should be fun. Let's go.
But due to wrestlers being public figures, they're often caught out in a lie. Sometimes a wrestler may make a bold statement either in an interview or via social media, and this will later transpire to be completely fabricated. This brings on great embarrassment for the wrestler, and they usually respond by going radio silent as they can't handle the
Ric Flair is gonna be a
There are
big
also
part
times
of
where
it.
fans have been
Hey,
forced to
yo,
call out the
Randy.
wrestler for the hypocrisy. This wrestler once had principles and rules they've gotten back on months or years later, and more often than not, they can't even justify their own actions. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 10 WWE wrestlers who were caught in 4K.
Oh, Lord. Hey, 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 hey. Okay.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists.
Alright.
Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel. Incredible. Number 10, Mr. Kennedy.
Master Kennedy. Okay, enough of that. This has to be signature pharmacy, right?
Passing of Chris Benoit in 2007, several WWE stars past and present appeared on mainstream media. These appearances were designed to defend WWE's honor, as there was a ton of backlash centered on WWE, especially in relation to the use of steroids in pro wrestling. WWE star Mr. Kennedy would appear on Fox News following Benoit's passing, but this was an appearance which would completely expose him. As in the interview, Kennedy would claim that he doesn't take steroids, and for the most part, everyone believed him. However, just weeks later, Kennedy was named as a steroid recipient in the famous signature pharmacy scandal.
There it is.
Kennedy was simply a liar. It looked incredibly bad on WWE and didn't exactly present the company in a positive manner. Number 9, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's WWE release in 2021 came as a massive surprise. Strowman was one of the top stars in WWE, but budget cuts resulted in WWE cutting ties with the former Universal Champion. Following his release, Strowman would state in several public interviews that he would not under any circumstances wrestle for any company outside of WWE. Naturally, Strowman quickly went back on his promise. Strowman would wrestle on several shows, but it was when Strowman eventually returned to WWE in 2022 where Strowman's lies were exposed. Upon his return, Strowman would be claiming in interviews that he kept his word and he didn't wrestle outside of WWE.
I did listen to that.
Strowman for this bizarre lie and the rewriting of his own career history.
I did listen to that after the Bill podcast interview from about 3 years ago. No, that's it. I'm sorry, like 3 weeks ago. Jeez, it can't be that long. But yeah, I just got caught. Actually, I got caught in 1080p, so there's that. But no, yeah, I listened to that and I was like, wait, he was the Titan Adam share, that ROH show, the Impact show, Control Narrative. So that was like 3 shows. For the most part, he kept his word, but like 3 different shows, 3 different promotions. I guess that's not keeping your word, is it? So anyway, what'd I do?
Jericho. The Capitol riots in 2021 revealed a number of wrestlers' political allegiances. In relation to Chris Jericho, he would claim that his wife wasn't present at the riot. However, fans were skeptical of Jericho's claims. Jericho and his wife were known to be Trump supporters thanks to records showing Jericho making a substantial donation to Trump's presidential campaign.
Yeah, I don't mean to delve into politics. I'm not about that. But there are a number of wrestlers that are, that were Trump supporters. Undertaker had donations made public, of him to the Trump campaign. At the end of the day, it's their life. I don't like getting into that kind of stuff, It doesn't make me look at him any differently, so to speak. But anyway.
Jericho's claim would be disproven when his wife would update her Instagram photo to her being in attendance at the actual riot. His wife would be sporting pro-Trump merchandise and appeared to be having a great time at the infamous event.
Did she get in trouble?
Social media didn't just call out Jericho for this, but they also made hilarious puns and memes, including one fan on social media tweeting, "Bring the Capitol walls down."
I wonder because they started going after people, especially those that vandalized the Capitol. I wonder, okay, I guess she didn't because maybe she didn't get all in there, but interesting.
7. The Boogeyman.
Boogie!
The Boogeyman's WWE career didn't exactly get off to the best of starts.
It didn't end
Before he
well
was
either.
given the spooky worm-eating character, he was just trying to get a foot in the door in WWE.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. He lied about his age, didn't he? He was like 15 years older. Anyway.
The way he attempted to do this was by lying about his age.
Yep.
Back in 2004,
Tough,
during the tryouts for Tough Enough, the Boogeyman would claim that he was just 30 years old.
But it was 40.
This was an outright lie, as Boogeyman in reality was 40 years of age.
Yep.
Once WWE officials
It's
found
right.
out about the...
It's right. This is popping me right now. So, in Africa, we have a joke where, you know, when, especially in football, players have a tendency to reduce their ages significantly. So when they say, oh, like, I'm 26, but clearly that dude's like 42. So he uses football age in this context. You know? Anyway, that was just a little dig for my African viewers. But yeah.
The lie, Boogeyman was cut immediately.
Yep.
However, the Boogeyman would get the last laugh when he was eventually offered a developmental deal in
that is
WWE.
weird.
That's when the infamous
Ah!
WWE executive Bruce Pritchard would discuss the Boogeyman's lie on an episode of his Something to Wrestle With podcast and stated,
all I remember was Marty being a part of the big cattle call for talent, and when they got in, he said he was 30. He said, "Really, are you only 30 years old?" And he stuck to it, man.
He uses football age.
And they had him go, and they said, "Oh, where's your license?" He said, "Well, I don't have it here. It's in my car." It's okay, great. We'll wait.
He never came back, did
And
he?
everything shut down, and Marty's standing there, and they said, "Yeah, we'll wait." He left the ring, ran to his car, got his license.
Really?
Came back and gave it to him. Like, Marty, you're not 30 years old.
I'm not.
Number 6.
Oh
Booker T.
man. Oh man. Also, I was reading something the other day about how I watched this. He was like talking about the worms. He was like they're a bit of an acquired taste. So he was actually eating worms on live TV. And I think that kind of blackened his teeth as well, which is just that's a bit much for just a character that, you know, he only played for like 2-3 years, but anyway.
In
Yeah,
the aftermath
Book
of
always
Sasha
gets
Banks
caught.
and Naomi walking out of WWE
Book always
in May
gets caught.
2022, one of the wrestlers who was overly critical was WWE legend Booker T. Booker would claim that if he was in their position, he would have simply done his job and he wouldn't have broken WWE tradition. Now, this was an interesting comment from Booker, but it showed complete hypocrisy. For some context, in 2009, when Booker was in TNA, TNA officials booked him to lose to Matt Morgan. Booker simply didn't like these creative plans and outright refused to lose to Morgan if the creative remained intact.
Black
It
Snow.
felt so disrespectful
Black
that
Snow.
he decided to part ways with TNA.
Yeah.
This is a similar situation to the one that Banks and Naomi were in, yet Booker simply ignored his own established history and felt like a total hypocrite in the process.
Yeah, I like to think he was speaking with 2020 hindsight in that context. I would like to think that, but you know, Black Snow. If you know what I'm referencing, you get it. Oh man, Black Snow didn't want to lose to Matt Morgan, and Matt Morgan, I just remember this. Matt Morgan was in the 2004 Rumble. I think he used to be on SmackDown, I believe. Almost 7 foot tall. Pretty cool dude. I never really. Anyway.
Number 5, Shawn Michaels. Now, the Montreal Screwjob is one of the most well-known controversies in all of wrestling.
Oh, man.
When the Screwjob first went down on that fateful night in November 97, Shawn Michaels insisted to Bret Hart that he had nothing to do with the Screwjob.
Yeah, by the Wrestling
In
Shadows
reality,
documentary,
HBK was
right?
heavily involved and influential in the decision to screw Hart on his last night in the company.
Man.
The decision for HBK to portray an innocent pawn was that of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
According to HBK in his autobiography, McMahon wanted to take all the blame for the screwjob and wanted to avoid damaging HBK's reputation.
as he should have.
However, HBK was notoriously a poor liar, and it didn't take long for Hart to find out the true extent of his involvement. Hart would have a ton of resentment towards HBK for the next 13 years. That was until the two reconciled in 2010 and have since worked together on several WWE related projects.
Yeah.
Number 4, CM
I don't know.
Punk.
I'm still one of those people that, there are two different camps when it comes to this Montreal Screwjob. There are the people that believe that it was a work, and there are the people that believe that it was 100% shoot, was real. We all saw it play out. Bro, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm kind of in the middle with this. Some things point to the fact that it was probably a work. Some things point to the fact that it was all shoot, so it's a little hard to sink your teeth into when you're getting into it. But anyway.
And one of the wrestlers who was quick to support Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out of
Oh,
WWE
yeah.
was CM Punk.
Yeah.
Punk would praise the actions of Banks and Naomi in a number of interviews.
He shouldn't have
There was one
spoken
tweet
on
which
this,
led to
honestly.
a ton of controversy.
Yeah.
Punk would tweet, "Doesn't matter if your opinion of your coworker is positive or negative, stand with them, because they'll do the same thing to you and you'll wish someone helped. Trust
Yeah.
me, you're expendable. Together, you're unstoppable." Shortly after this tweet, AEW would turn to chaos as it was reported that MJF walked out of the company. Instead of sticking to his own principles, Punk went silent. Punk had nothing to say and ultimately sounded like the biggest hypocrite in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Additionally, Punk's comments about standing with his co-workers were examined when talent such as Miro and Andrade were tweeting their dissatisfaction with their AEW position, but yet again, Punk would fail to comment. Number 3.
That is just, it's like a mountain of evidence at this point, because look at what happened at the media scrum about almost 2 months ago, if I'm correct. Look at what happened. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. But Ric Flair is number 3. If left to me alone, this whole list would be Ric Flair. But anyway.
Flair. A WrestleMania 24 featured the in-ring retirement of Ric Flair. Flair, following his last match, would promise that he would never wrestle again, as he wanted to honor the legacy of the match with Shawn Michaels.
Also, hold on. Wait a minute. Also, he has said he will never retire. So,
However, just a few years after the WrestleMania encounter, Flair would be wrestling in TNA.
Yep.
These matches were poorly received and Flair was called out for going back on his word. Once his lackluster TNA run had come to an end, Flair would state that it's finally it. His in-ring days are officially over. But then in 2022, it was announced that Flair would be coming out of retirement for one more match. Flair would team with Andrade against the duo of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. This was billed as the last match of Flair, and Flair was adamant
Lord.
that this was the last hurrah.
Look at Karrion and
Unfortunately, just
Scarlett,
a
I
few
just
days
noticed
after
that.
the match had taken
oh,
place,
interesting.
Flair-
I didn't know all
this
these.
was-
I didn't know all these people were there. So you can see Karrion Cross and Scarlett over here. Interesting. McFoley's in this corner. I think Undertaker is somewhere beside him. Bret Hart. Interesting. Anyway.
was the last hurrah. Unfortunately, just a few days after the match had taken place, Flair informed the media that he regretted saying it was going to be his last match, as he has a desire to wrestle again. Fans felt disrespected,
Man,
but this was nothing
Rick.
new from Flair, as he's made a career out of fake retirement.
Rick is what,
Number
73?
2, Hulk Hogan. A Hulk Hogan can be called
Oh,
several
yes.
terms.
Yes, they showed the clip. Yes. I referenced this in a previous video of mine, talking about, I don't remember. I've shot these on the same day, by the way. But I did make reference of the fact that Undertaker and Hogan had a bit of a beef because Hogan lied that Taker had done damage to his neck when really the tombstone didn't harm him. So
Perhaps being the most common. Hogan has made a number of unusual claims throughout his life, and a strong portion of them have been disproven. Take, for instance, the time he claimed that he was supposed to star in the 2008
The Wrestler?
movie The Wrestler.
No.
When Hogan first revealed this, fans took it with a grain of salt, as Hogan's acting ability was certainly questionable. Embarrassingly, it was later revealed by the director of the movie, Darren Aronofsky, that Hogan was never even considered to be in the movie.
that
And
had
number
to
1,
hurt.
John Cena. Now, the
Really?
issues between Cena and The Rock that were presented on TV in 2011 and 2012 were very much real.
Promo on the wrist?
The Rock took issue with comments Cena had made to the UK media. Cena had stated that The Rock is a hypocrite for claiming he loves WWE and wrestling in general, but then distancing himself completely and going off to Hollywood. The Rock believed that this presented him in a bad light. It was one of the reasons The Rock decided to work a program with Cena.
Yep.
However, in recent years, Cena has done the exact same thing he initially criticized The Rock for. Cena's left WWE behind and is now a full-time Hollywood megastar.
Oh, yeah.
Cena has starred in several hit movies such as Fast and Furious and even his own HBO Max show.
Peacemaker.
In Cena's
Which
defense,
is amazing.
he's discussed his hypocrisy at length, and he's revealed how sorry he is for his initial claims.
Yep.
He realizes how stupid they sound in hindsight.
Oh yeah.
But they have it,
Oh
folks.
yeah. And I just realized this. There could be an 11th edition with Roman Reigns if he does decide to go to Hollywood at some point, because mind you, Roman Reigns, that 2017 promo did bring up the hypocrisy thing that John Cena brought up with The Rock. Anyway, hey man, we're human. We make mistakes, but you can't predict your future. You can't always lie as well. But comment down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Check out this video. YouTube things will be the best for you to watch. I will see you in another one very soon. Take care. Peace, my G's.